Well, hello everyone. This is Jessie, Bowen, publisher for Elite Publications, and today is a very special day. If you're an author, you look forward to this day because this is the results of your book launch. We've been helping individuals, whether it's in martial arts, Christian books, biographies, doesn't matter. We've been helping people around the world to become international best-selling authors. It's one thing to write a book, but it's something else to get people to read it. And what our job here at Elite Publications is to do is not just help someone publish a book, but to get people to read the book, especially when it's an amazing book. I'm really excited, and I'm also proud to say that we have a great team of graphics people, editors, technology-based people to help us to be able to launch books, not just books. But today we have a special launch, and I'm here with Hunchy, Tom Fleming out of Canada. He's the president of the CKA, and that is the Canadian Karate Association. And he entrusted us to publish their book, and it's just released. So today we're here to talk about the results of it. And that's what you really want to look at is, what is your book doing? What's the results of it? Where do we go from here? So, hey, Hunchy, how you doing?
Doing very well, Jesse. Thank you. I'm excited to see these results. I don't even know them yet. So I'm hoping that everyone likes the book and they are purchasing it and contributing to the Canadian Karate Association.
Well, yeah, let's talk a little bit before we get into the book launch. Let's talk a little bit about you. Let's talk a little bit about the association. So, again, I'm a martial artist. So, I've written, I guess, 40 books, and we launched with the Who's Who in the Martial Arts books 10 years ago. And we were blessed to get it right in the beginning. And, so from 10 years ago to an international publishing company. So what we wanted to do is to share with everyone this excitement and letting you know that everybody has a story. The question is, what is the value of your story? Is it, worth $10 or is it worth $10,000? Because your story can influence the world. And that's what we've done with this book for the Canadian Karate Association is their legacy book. This is where we've gone in and found a past martial artist that's now deceased and moved on, but we're the foundation, and all the way up to today's martial artists that are creating a new foundation that the Canadian Karate Association, they're building their organization on. But again, I say to you, Hunchy, congratulations for having the insight to actually look at different ways to enhance your organization. So let's talk a little bit about you, and so our listeners who are thinking about writing a book. I know that you're in the banking business and not the publishing business, so you relied on that. So let's talk a little bit about you. Let's talk about the association, and then let's take and go into this book reveal.
Well, thank you, Jesse. Myself, I've been in the martial arts since I was 9 years old. Started in judo, then in karate, and I've been with the Kuru Karate Clubs. Hanshi Fern Kuru was my teacher, and it was his inspiration for this book to be published. He asked me before he died to bring forward all the memories or all the people that had contributed so much to the CKA and have them try to find a way of writing a book so they wouldn't be forgotten. And this is how it led me to you, because I had no idea how to write a book. And you were the one that came up with the brainstorm of a CKA legacy book. And this is how it came about. And when we started putting this together, it was quite a challenge to let people know that it's going to be a history part of it, of the CKA from 1969 to 2024. and all the black belts were submitting all their own bios. And to get that all coming together was a 14-month challenge, and a lot of heartache and a lot of sweat and tears on it. I know that, trying to get it so I get this book completed for my teacher and his final request. And this is how this book all came about. And with James, it was brought to reality. And we have over 80 bios of some of the top black belts in Canada and their story on how they went ahead in the martial arts. And so I'm pretty proud of the book. And so far, now we've got close to 36 more people who want to be in the book. And I'm going, oh, I finished this one. So it's getting quite a review. So I'm very pleased, and thank you to you and your team, Jesse. Thank you so much.
Well, that's really great. And again, I compliment you, as students, and recognizing our teachers in the martial arts. That's part of legacy. And, and that's how we actually got started. My teacher, he had written books, and he was a published author, and his partner, they actually ran a publishing company. So I'm sort of taking their legacy and moving on. But that's how we started with the Who's Who book. We did something to honor our past and present martial artists. And so when we did that, we actually created something, and this is what you've actually done too, something of great value, and that is your legacy book. We compliment you on that. But all that talk is over. It is time now to begin to move forward. So let's go to your results. These are the results of your book launch, and an indicator to everyone, how well your book did, not just in Canada, but in the US. And then we'll talk about the uniqueness of this book in a moment. So let's take and go with we're going to get the numbers up here on the screen. Okay, here we go, sir. You haven't seen this. So when you release a book or you write a book, that's really good. But the question becomes is who's reading the book? How many people are reading it? So we base this on how can we get people around the world to begin to read your book. So this is the Canadian Karate Association Legacy book. So your book hit #1 hot release it had 27 achievements. Now these achievements, that represents the different categories. So when you put a book out, it's not just a book out, it's out, but you have people search by the different categories. So what we try to do is to find the categories that your book will fit in to as we now do our marketing. So in hot #1, we're not talking now, this is based on the top 100 books. Now, these numbers change every hour. So, and most people, if you don't have a marketing plan, they launch their book, they go to the bottom, and, Amazon has about 4,000 books that launch every day. And this is the Kindle books. So it has about 4,000 books. Can you imagine that 4,000 books a day? And that's not talking about the millions of books out there. So in these particular categories is where does your book stand? So you have the 27 #1, not number 25, number 26, but hot #1 releases. So in the US, you had 9 categories that your book hit #1 hot release. In Australia, there's 4. In the UK, there's 5. In Canada, you had 9. Okay, so that's that 27 different categories. Now, again, most people look, well, my book is, if I can get to the top 100 in a category, I don't look for that. So what I'm trying to do is to really market a book so it is a worldwide book I'll talk about this now. The uniqueness of your book unlike any other book or most books, I have not seen one. It's also written in English and French. So
So
it's
it's
not
not
just
just
a
a
English speaking book, but it's also written in French. There's a QR code in there, and when someone scans that QR code, it
it
takes
takes
them to
um,
a
a
website that has more information about the
the
individuals that are featured in your biography book. This is a biography book talking about the martial arts. Now, when we go over to number one bestseller categories, so your book hit number one in 15 categories. So in the US, we have 6 categories that you hit number one. Australia, we had 2. The UK, we had 1. And Canada, we also had 6 categories. So your total achievements of number one bestsellers, including your hot new releases, is actually 42. And, then that's pretty good. Actually, your book has really hit the top books that we've launched this year, in our bestseller campaign. So congratulations to that, sir. So give yourself a hand. Congratulations.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm astonished right now. I just want to say thank you to everyone that is purchasing the book and enjoying it, and reading all the biographies of these remarkable black belts. Thank you all so much. It's been seeing these categories that we're in, and as number one in hot new releases. I really thank your team for all the hard work to really promote this book for us, and to all the black belts that contributed so much to this book. Um, it's just been really heartfelt and warm. Thank you all so much.
Well, now, Hunchy, you can now officially declare yourself as an international best-selling author. So, and the organization, I mean, and the organization, and the great thing about, especially if you're an organization, what the Canadian Karate Association has done, they've actually, used this book as a fundraiser for that. So let's talk a moment just about that, because when we have individuals that are looking to publish a book, it can be used for a lot of different things. I tell everyone, if you're going to launch a great book and you don't care about the revenue from it, then I have a nonprofit. You can just donate it to me. But let's talk about that the concepts of, what is this book doing? So when someone goes and makes a purchase of the book, that, okay, what is this money? Where is it going? What is it used for?
All right, the Canadian Karate Association, Jessie, as you know, is a nonprofit organization, or I should say, not for profit here in Canada. That's how they call it. And everyone that's in there, all the executive, anyone that's part of this Canadian Karate Association, is a volunteer. They get no money for it. And all the money that this book is going to do is raised to help pay for competitions that we're going to throw, to send teams to different countries like we've done for so many years. But because of COVID, we haven't been able to. We've done 36 major annual competition, when Hanshi Frankluru was alive. And we had black belts from all over North America, Europe, Japan coming to us, and we're hoping to do this again. And the money raised from this will go to take and promote the teams, the children's team and the men and women of the Canadian Karate Association that make the team, to send them to different countries to compete in their competitions. And this is what this money is used for. Also to hold special events like the Canadian Karate Association Hall of Fame, so that it pays for all the plaques and keeps the cost down. So people, when they come to these events, they're not spending a lot of money, but we're actually honoring the people that are coming to the event. And the money raised by this book, every dime of it goes to the Canadian Karate Association. And then the board, not just one person, the board that I have to deal with every day, they're phenomenal people. They vote on where this money is going to be used. And that's how it's been since 1971, 72, when it was officially made the Canadian Karate Association. And we're just trying to keep that dream alive. And this book, we're really hoping that people will purchase it and the monies go to the Canadian Karate Association. And for the people that have already bought and those black belts have put their bios, thank you so much. And we really, really need the money to help us promote the Canadian Karate Association. So your contributions are greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Well, and I know the book actually released, officially released a couple of weeks ago, actually probably about close to 2 weeks ago, and that was a part of your CKA Hall of Fame. So let's just talk a moment just about that, because again, this was great. I know you guys had a book signing at your event, so let's share just a moment, about the event and some of the things that happened. I know it's pretty large, and again, I really commend all of the martial artists and organizers that go to put that together, because you guys had a huge number of people that just came out for the physical training part, not just the banquet part and the book part. So let's just take a moment. So we'll give everyone a highlight into your organization, the foresight of being able to see this opportunity, how a book can support your organization, your existing organization, the things you're doing.
Well, the event was May 4th, and that is the Canadian Karate Association Black Belt Grading and Hall of Fame. And during this period, the new black belts, brown belts, or black belts that are being graded to their next and have gone through quite a rigorous three seminars already, and then they come there for the 3-day event or 2-day event on a Friday and a Saturday, and they're really put through their paces by the grading board. Now, the grading board consists of black belts from all over Quebec, Ontario, any senior black belt. It doesn't matter if they're karate, taekwondo, it doesn't matter. They can sit in and watch it. We don't hide anything. You come in, you sit there, you can even be asked to be a judge and tell us your opinion on these young black belts or people going for their next dan and how they can improve. And when you get the black belts that come there, it doesn't guarantee that you're going to get your belt. You have to pass it. And then after that, during the same period, then we have the seminars going on. And we have usually special guests. We've had people like Bill Wallace, Pemba Tamang from Japan. This year we were using Sam Moletsky, one of the top weapons people here in Canada, Monty Guest. And then we had a lot of the black belts that were being honored in the Hall of Fame. And they were there, like Jackie Saint-Arnaud, John LaRue. I'm just trying to remember off the top of my head. Gilles Levine, people that were coming and giving their specialties on how they do it for fighting, meditation, teaching them in kata forms. And we had quite a wonderful turnout for that. And then we have the Hall of Fame at nighttime. And this is where we have the black belts that are picked by the grading board. And these are the ones that are being honored for their contributions to karate over the last anywhere from 15 to 20, 25 years minimum that come into the Hall of Fame. These are people that have actually contributed to the karate, not just the CKA, but people that we look at that are in the community that had karate clubs maybe for 20, 25 years. And they're teaching, they've done quite remarkable things with new students and things like that. We go after or look at these people and say, look, they deserve to be honored. It's champions. It's people that have contributed to karate in Canada. That's what we look for. And we take nominations. People write in nominations to us, and then we look at it and the board votes on it. That's how it's done.
Right.
That's our event. That's it.
Well, that's great. And again, sir, congratulations. And everyone, remember, go to Amazon, and you want to be looking for the Canadian Karate Association Legacy book, it is an international bestseller. And get a copy to discover why this book became an international bestseller. You can actually go to their website and order a copy of the book. Again, the uniqueness of this book is not just written in English, but it's also written in French. And remember, you can just use your cell phone, scan the QR code, and go to the websites of the individuals who are personalized and learn more about who these individuals are. So remember, if you have a book project that you're thinking about and you haven't moved on it, then give me a call. And you can go to our website, which is www.elitepublications.org. And there you can book an appointment and let's sit down and talk about your idea, your concept. We said, well, how much does that cost? It's free. It's free just to hear what you're thinking about a book. And like I said, if you're choosing Elite Publications, then we're going to make sure we do the very best to make sure you are an international best-selling author also. So everyone, this is Jessie Bowen with Elite Publications. Now, coming up on this week, actually, we're going to be launching our Roku television channel, so you can watch not only our Become an Author series, but we have Bill Wallace, we have Toby Milroy, we have Dina Abbott that will be putting on a weekly television program. So remember, everyone has a story. You just have to get it out.